everyone, it's Jaymie here, your soulful intuitive coach and healer. Today I want to talk about simplifying your life by using a philosophy that I live by. And this is minimum effort, maximum results. This is an incredibly powerful way to really leverage our time and energy. A lot of times we exert more energy than we have to in order to achieve a result. And for me, I used to see simplifying as actually more difficult because it went against my nature. And that's true, which is why I came up with a solution that worked really well for me, is to start small and allow this shift to just slowly become a part of my identity without me having to really force or shift who I actually am. And this was incredibly powerful for me. So what I did was I chose the area where I found that'll be easiest for me to simplify, something that's going to be something that I'm going to be receptive to, right? Like this is going to be absolutely huge. So for me, food is life. I absolutely love food. So then I thought, okay, so I spend a lot of time in the kitchen, a lot of time cooking. And what can I do to simplify this? Because this is where my energy was time sucking, and it was also an area that was going to be easy for me to shift. And so what I did was I organized just one area of my cupboard. It was just one small section, right? Because I really believe in that mantra, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Now that's a really controversial topic, but a way to really kind of like get you to understand that is, yes, we execute things and it manifests in its expression differently, but our drives are the same. So with certain things, we might put more effort into it. With certain things, we might not put as much effort into it, but that's all driven by our desire. Like, the amount of effort is based on how committed we are to something, and it just expresses itself differently. And personally, I find it to be incredibly liberating to adopt that belief system. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. Because when you start focusing on implementing an empowering habit into one area of your life, it's going to become this catalyst into every area of your life, instead of having to work on everything individually. So this is just another way of practicing minimum effort, maximum results. And so if you want to take my example of cleaning out your cupboard space, okay, we're looking at simplifying time, minimizing the amount of effort that I put into things, creating organization in a way that is easy for me. And so all I did was I got a measuring tape, measured out my cupboard space to see how long it was, how deep it was, how high it was. And then I went to the 99-cent store and I got little baskets according to what the space would allow, right? And so here's a smaller sized version of what I got from the 99-cent store. This is just super small and compact, right? The one that I got for the kitchen cupboard was just a little bit bigger. And it was just exceptionally helpful for me because it really allowed me to see everything that I have. Each time I wanted to get something, it wasn't overly complicated, or I wasn't buying extra stuff or forgetting the things that I didn't have. And I mean, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos and I'll get really inspired, but honestly, for dramatic effects, I feel like they put in all of this effort to show how messy it was before to the amazing results, and it looked exhausting. I mean, the video was spread up and it still felt really time consuming, right? But honestly, I literally just ended up getting 6 baskets because that was just the amount of space that would fit in there. And if you're like me and you're not naturally organized and you don't like to label things, baskets are still amazing choices for you because you don't have to designate certain baskets for certain things. What I actually like to do, because I'm on the shorter side, I'm 5'2", is I'll actually take the things that I'm most likely to use and put it in one basket. And as it starts to get lower, I start to look at the other baskets, or that's when I know to restock. In the cold season, like right now, I tend to eat more beans. So I have my beans in my lower basket, whereas when I don't have as much beans, I store them higher above. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do it, but I want you to pick one area of your life that you can simplify, that's going to be digestible and easy for you. Don't pick something that you're really committed to, that you really, really want to tackle because it's really taking over your life, that you've had a lot of stubborn resistance around. The key to simplifying your life is to pick something that is mind-numbingly easy and sustainable for you to maintain. That's going to be a big, big, big thing, right? And that can be something as small as walking for 5 minutes after you have dinner every day. It can be just making a phone call once a week to stay connected to your loved ones. It's not about making these big leaps. Oftentimes, people aren't able to maintain their habits because you pick something that is wildly out of your range. No matter how much you think, this is something I should be able to do, if you've tried to achieve it before and it hasn't worked for you, using that same system isn't going to work. So start small, because a lot of times when it seems outrageous and big in our heads, we decide to not want to do it. But once we get the momentum going, it's really easy. And this is why it's suggested, instead of saying, oh, I'm going to exercise and run a mile a day, to just start walking for 5 minutes a day. Because once you get that momentum going, you can build up from it. And so the goal here is, whatever you think you can do, whatever it is that you want to do, make it easier for yourself and try it out. Because our perception is really subjective. And you may think, okay, this is mind-numbingly easy. It's going to work. It's going to be amazing. And maybe you haven't been able to do it. You tried to keep this going for a week and it's just not happening. Then try to make it simpler and simpler and simpler each and every time. For example, I don't like going to the gym. Just to me, the idea of exercise and going to the gym, it feels like such a monumental event. I have to put on workout clothes. I have to put on my sneakers. I have to walk out the door. When really, whenever I go outside, I put on clothes, I put on my shoes, I walk out the door, and I'm an extrovert. I like to go out. I've never found it overwhelming, and yet I attach the gym as something that's overwhelming. All right? So I really utilize YouTube. I love doing 3-minute intense workout videos. That really gets me going, and I can do it out of my home. It doesn't feel like this huge event. It's about picking something that's going to be easy for you. And try to pick something that not only is going to be easy for you to maintain, but try to weave it in with your existing habits and practices. Because what's important is for you to have a trigger, which is, a reminder, something that tells you, oh yeah, to do it. Because no matter how great something is, if you don't remember to do it, it's just not going to work. So tie it with something that you already do. Okay, and then you execute the habit, and then you want to come up with a reward. So with the kitchen example for me, the trigger is every time I open my cupboard and I cook, I am engaging in organization, minimum effort, maximum results, and I carry that energy into other areas of my life. And the reward is that my life is being simplified and I am able to enjoy delicious meals that I was able to access in an easy and convenient way. All right? So let me know in the comment below what way you are going to simplify your life. Share your ideas, because there's going to be someone else who is also looking at the same things. And so let's just create a community and share our insights and inspire one another. All right? Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye!